man's body so bad, they inquired about him and buried Nephilim.
For the tears so they can wake him up. Come on, bro. Wake him up. Tired, bro. What? Why? I bet you just try to take that go, you'll wake up, dude. Gotta be in like, what you doing, bud? If that means something. The little poses were. Yeah, that's why he was buried with it. Hey. See, I don't know, because that one don't look like the other one. See, the other one had his eyes open. So, you know what I'm saying? No, that was good. The one that had his eyes open, bro, he had a whole different crown on. I mean, I peep shit hella fast, bro. Yeah. Kind of like a clay figure or something. I don't know. I'm saying, but they sound like a black Nubian, extraterrestrial, bro. Say she's like a queen or something. She got dreads. The third eye, but it said she like had like a 3 mile long spaceship, man. I guess she crashed or something. I don't know, but I guess her pilot was like a little gray. You know what I mean? But I guess they both passed away. But they said like the starship was like 30-something years old. So they make her like, what, 1,000,000-some years old or something like that, they said, or 1,000,000-some years old too, or something like that. She's still intact. Crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that one. I can't explain that one.
If this is true, it changes everything. According to historical records, the first ancient civilization known to us is that of the ancient Sumerians. The Sumerians existed over 6,000 years ago, predating the Egyptians by 1,000 years. They resided in a region known as Mesopotamia, which encompasses present-day Iraq and parts of Iran, Kuwait, Syria, and Turkey. The Sumerians referred to themselves as black-headed ones, or black-headed people, and held a belief in gods known as the Anunnaki, described as children of the earth and skies. Some researchers speculate that the ancient Sumerians had a remarkable understanding of the universe, as depicted in artifacts showing the solar system with planets orbiting the sun. Adding to their intrigue are depictions of ancient handbags and bracelets. The Sumerians made groundbreaking inventions, including the wheel, alphabet, and the calendar we use today. They also developed irrigation systems for farming and established a system to measure time in seconds, minutes, and hours. Some believe that knowledge was bestowed upon them. The Sumerian civilization appears to have been one of the most advanced of its time, challenging modern explanations of our history. The discovery of 30,000 stone tablets from ancient Sumeria includes the story called the Epic of Gilgamesh, which features a great flood, an event also found in many other religious texts. Scientists link the end of the last ice age to several temperature anomalies and a significant rise in sea levels, likely caused by an asteroid impact. This catastrophic event may have led to the rapid melting of ice and widespread devastation to various species, including animals, plants, and humans. Some speculate that the tale of the Great Flood is not a mere myth, but a way of passing down knowledge through generations to ensure its survival. Recent findings, such as Göbekli Tepe in Upper Mesopotamia, dating back at least 11,600 years, have questioned the age and origins of the Sumerians. It is still uncertain where the ancient Sumerians originated from, and some theories suggest they may have migrated south into southern Mesopotamia, where the people of Göbekli Tepe became the Sumerians we know today. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.
Demigod king reigned in the city of Uruk. He was a towering figure of unmatched beauty and strength, but was known for his arrogance and tyranny. The citizens of Uruk, tired of his rule, prayed to the gods for relief. Responding to their plea, the goddess Aruru created Enkidu, a wild man animal, to rival Gilgamesh. Discovering Enkidu's existence, Gilgamesh sent the priestess Shamhat to seduce him. Through their intimate encounter, Enkidu was tamed, learning the ways of humans. Shamhat introduced him to the tyranny of Gilgamesh. One day, as Gilgamesh tried to impose himself on a bride-to-be, Enkidu intervened. The two giants clashed in an epic battle that lasted days, tearing apart parts of the city. In the end, their mutual respect and admiration for each other's strengths led them to form an unbreakable bond. Together, Gilgamesh and Enkidu embarked on adventures, defeating powerful foes like the demon Humbaba, but their feats angered the gods, particularly after they slew the bull of heaven sent by the vengeful goddess Ishtar. As punishment, the gods decided Enkidu must die. Despite Gilgamesh's efforts to save him, Enkidu succumbed to a mysterious illness. Devastated by the loss of his friend and confronted by his mortality, Gilgamesh sought the secret of eternal life. His journey led him to Utnapishtim, the only mortal granted immortality by the gods. Though Utnapishtim couldn't offer immortality, he told Gilgamesh of a rejuvenating plant at the bottom of the sea. Gilgamesh retrieved it, but a snake consumed the plant while he bathed. This event made Gilgamesh realize that immortality for humans was unattainable. Accepting his mortality, Gilgamesh returned to Uruk, finding solace in the legacy he'd leave behind, the city itself. He immortalized his and Enkidu's adventures on clay tablets, ensuring their stories would be remembered for eternity.
Tells a man called Utnapishtim that other gods plan to destroy mankind with a great flood.
And then you try to, I mean, that's your whole purpose, try to live immortality. So you get it, then you want to say that, man, since you got it now, you want to say that. That's why the snake got it. Dumbass nigga.
The violent flood lasts for 6 days, but cannot sink Utnapishtim and his boat.
No, bro.
On the 7th day, Utnapishtim finds land, and the god Enlil rewards him with immortality. Jeff Allen thinks there may be a link between the flood story found at Nippur and its better-known counterpart, recorded in Genesis, the first book of the Bible, the story of Noah's Ark.
There is similarity between the story of Noah's Ark and the flood myth in the Gilgamesh epic. Did the Jews know of Gilgamesh, and it influenced the writings of Genesis?
Many Jews are taken in captivity to Babylon after the capture of Jerusalem by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar in 587 BC. In exile, Jewish scholars compile and write the Genesis story of creation. They may draw on Gilgamesh and other sources.
Did both Genesis and Gilgamesh draw their material from a common tradition?
Intricately weave into the fabric of our mundane activities. These cosmic neighbors, possessing advanced capabilities, seamlessly navigate our society, occupying jobs, engaging in daily commutes, and even participating in the routine tasks that define our human experience. Their ability to conceal their true nature in plain sight raises questions about the extent of their influence on our collective reality. Now, let's delve into the fascinating concept of Lyran DNA and its alleged connection to the human experience. According to this perspective, many women exhibit distinct traits attributed to their Lyran heritage. The graceful, feline-like sway of their hips becomes a symbolic manifestation of this extraterrestrial lineage. It's not just a physical resemblance. There's a peculiar link to cats, suggesting a deeper, more metaphysical connection that transcends mere genetics. This cosmic narrative expands further, proposing that a significant portion of humanity traces its origins to the Lyran star system. The reasons behind this migration remain shrouded in mystery, yet there's a prevailing belief that individuals carrying Lyran DNA are on a trajectory leading them back to their celestial homeland. It prompts contemplation on the purpose and cyclical nature of our existence, challenging us to consider the broader cosmic tapestry within which we play a unique role. As we navigate the intricacies of this speculative cosmic storyline, it encourages us to view our human experience through a lens that extends beyond the visible and tangible. The idea that our daily lives may be entwined with the cosmic narrative challenges us to broaden our perspectives, fostering a curiosity that transcends the boundaries of conventional understanding. In this expansive view, the ordinary takes on new significance, inviting us to reconsider the extraordinary possibilities.
With what he and Commander Rutledge found in the 3-mile-long ancient craft on the back dark side of our moon. So what is the discussion in detail back in 1976 between you and Commander Rutledge about this extraordinarily beautiful Polynesian-looking preserved female in one of the cockpit chairs?
Neither of us could understand how could she possibly be that well preserved.
And what is it that you're looking at first?
Her skin was all intact, and she was wearing clothing, a dress of some sort, possibly a jumpsuit type of thing. And it seemed to be very much intact, no deterioration at all to speak of.
What about those tubes on her face?
Well, William Rutledge believed that they had to do with controlling the spaceship.
That those tubes on her face were controlling from her mind this huge 3-mile-long craft, and she was the pilot, and the gray was like a co-pilot?
Well, they had a control panel that looks like you put your hands on it. And apparently the controls, the ship's computer, interfaced directly with the pilots.
Okay, and we saw that in Roswell. The 6-fingered panels. I've talked with both scientists and military people who have confirmed for me they've had their own hands in those panels from 47. There were 6 fingers on those particular beings.
5 fingers with opposing thumb.
So that would match what came down in Roswell.
Yes.
Did you and William Rutledge then have discussions about those facts, and did you have information from NASA about look for 6-fingered embedded panels as control of the ship?
I received practically no briefing because I got there just in the nick of time for the flight. I'm sure Rutledge may have been highly trained and have had those discussions with NASA. We'd guessed that the ship had been there perhaps millennia and maybe longer.
I was going to ask you if today, have you learned from any analysis that has been done how old this big, huge 3-mile-long spacecraft, how long has it been there? How old might it be?
There have been guesses tossed around that it might be 1 million years old, might have been 100 million years old. I've even heard 1 billion years old.
And that this female was still in the pilot's chair, preserved?
Absolutely amazing, stunning.
How?
Technology beyond ours.
This a whole Anunnaki ship in the sky. You see the Anunnakis running around. Look in the sky.
Oh, you just moved in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. So I don't know if you heard, but there's been some recent issues with the packages being like stolen and stuff. So can I just see your ID real quick, just to make sure that it's actually you?
Oh no, this is mine.
I'm on the HOA board, and you can trust me. I'm not very proud representative.
Wait, what's your name?
Oh, I don't have to tell you that, you know.
But I have to show you my ID?
Yes, I mean, I've never seen you before, and everybody.
Yeah, I just moved in a couple of days ago. You didn't see like all the trucks and.
You moved here a couple days from where?
Man, why you even in my yard?
Why should I tell you? Like,
do you rent?
No, I own it. I own it.
Man.
Yeah.
You own it?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like a 4-bedroom house. I've been over to this house. I would go with the original owner, Jennifer. I don't know if you know Jenny. I mean, I hope you know Jenny because she supposedly sold you the house. But we would always have dinner once a week. So just to hear that you bought it?
Yeah, I bought it.
How did you buy it? Did like somebody die and you got a bunch of inheritance?
No, I own a couple businesses.
What kind of businesses?
Like I said, like you're asking too many questions. You came onto my property.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. Like.
So you own a couple of businesses?
Yeah.
That's so neat. So you're an entrepreneur, go-getter. You must have a lot of clients that come back and forth.
What does that even mean?
Oh, nothing. I just was wondering, like, how could someone like you afford a beautiful place like this? I know you said
hard work.
Yeah, your businesses. So are they like?
Yes, it's legal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. You said it. You said it, not me. But you know, I just like to make sure because you know our community, we've had no issues with that, and we just want to make sure that we're creating a safe environment for the little ones growing up.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, we don't like loud music past 10 p.m.
I understand. You just said safe, but you just came onto my property without.
Oh, as a friendly neighbor gesture, of course. You know.
But I don't know you.
It's just also we've been having a lot of like thieves recently and stuff like that.
Oh, so basically you thought I stole it?
No, they actually were wearing like black hoodies as well. So I just want
just
you
a coincidence.
We just want to keep everyone safe. I mean, you have kids, right? Like how many do you have? Like 7?
No, 8? I don't. I actually don't have any kids.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, no.
Oh. Kids. I mean, and then again, you probably don't have anyone that you're married to, or probably single, you know. But
I see what this is.
Do you have kids that live with you?
No.
So you don't have any kids at all?
Where is all this coming from?
No, I was just curious. I mean, someone like.
Someone like what? Like.
Someone like you would surely have lots of kids.
No.
I mean, the way that you're talking. Oh, I mean, yeah. Well. I'm just really worried about that package.
Yeah,
so if I could just make sure the package is for the person that actually lives here, you know, let's just, if I can see your ID and just make sure that the package matches.
I think it's time to leave now.
Time to leave?
Because I'm about to get pissed off. I've been real patient with you.
I don't think you've been patient at all. You haven't been very friendly. If anything, you've been like very kind of rude. And we don't like neighbors. Like, I just want to make sure that everything is okay. I don't want to cause a problem. I don't want to.
What's the problem? Like?
I want to have to call the cops.
You can call it.
Oh no, they're probably more familiar with you than me. Trust me. That's okay. That's okay. We just want to have a really great neighborhood. And we've been having a lot of thievery happen, and with you just recently moving in, I'm just worried that the neighborhood is going to go down in value, and we can't have that happen. You know, my dad, he was a police officer, and I don't want to have to call him like right on the spot, but if you could just show me your ID.
No, I'm not showing you my. No, I'm not. I don't got enough time for this. You gotta go. You wasting my time. You're not really.
I'm just being a concerned neighbor, okay?
No.
Listen, if I have to call my dad and you don't show your ID, that's a felony. That's.
Alright, bye. Have a nice day. Get off my property.
This man is the most dangerous prisoner in the world, and you'll never believe what he did. A couple named Matt and Ava had recently bought this new house and had just settled in. However, on the first night they spent in this house, they started hearing strange noises coming from the basement. These noises frightened Ava, who asked Matt to go check what was happening downstairs. Matt didn't give that much importance and told her he would check in the morning, as it was already too dark at that time of the night. So the next morning, the couple decided to go investigate in the basement. But when they went downstairs, they saw a frightening man standing right in front of them. They didn't know who he was, and they were so scared that they ran as fast as they could to hide and lock themselves in a room in their basement. They immediately called the police, describing his strange appearance. He was described as over 6 feet tall and looking like a monster. While they were on the phone with the police, the call mysteriously disconnected. Then the couple began screaming for their lives, but you'll never believe what this man did to them. Press the follow button.
They taught mankind may shock you. This revelation also helps us to see the full picture as to why God flooded the earth in the days of Noah. It wasn't to be mean and vengeful, but to wipe out the fallen angel Nephilim and their offspring, the giants, who corrupted mankind and taught them forbidden knowledge we still use today. Before the great flood of Noah that flooded the entire earth, Genesis 6:4 tells us that there were giants in the earth in those days, and after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. These are the fallen angels who rebelled against God and were kicked out of heaven, leaving their first estate as mentioned in the book of Jude. When we look to the book of Enoch, an extra biblical text not found in the Standard Bible, we can learn the destruction and devastation the giants were creating on the earth at that time. In chapters 7 and 8 of Enoch, the fallen angels who fell and came to earth took women as wives, just like mentioned in Genesis 6:4. They teach humans magic medicines, incantations, the cutting of roots, and about plants. The origin of folk medicine is therefore ascribed to these angelic beings. The children of the angels are giants standing 300 cubits, that'd be 450 feet tall. These giants eat so much food that humans cannot feed them anymore. The giants proceed to eat humans as well as all other kinds of animals. In addition to teaching humans to interpret a wide range of signs, they teach humans medicinal magic. The angel Azazel teaches humans metalworking, including making of ornaments and weapon making. Azazel also teaches humans how to make eyeshadow and other physical ornamentation. Other angels teach humans how to track the stars, astrology and divination, and the signs of the moon. Enoch chapter 69 verse 18 tells us of the angel Gadriel, who taught people how to perform abortions and how to strike people so they die. The stroke of the embryo in the womb to diminish it. The stroke of the spirit by the bite of the serpent. And the stroke which is given in the midday, the offspring of the serpent, the name of which is Tebet. These angels are responsible for teaching humans all sorts of sinful practices. Humanity fell through Adam and Eve's sin in the Garden of Eden, but once the fallen angels came to the earth and taught humans even more evil, their sins completely overtook them. Genesis 6:4 tells us this fact. Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. The reason for God flooding the earth was to cleanse the earth of the fallen angels, their offspring the giants, and the evil forbidden knowledge they taught mankind that had overtaken the earth. We understand this further because God says why he chose Noah and his family to survive the flood. He says because Noah was pure in his generations, meaning he had no one in his bloodline who corrupted themselves with mating with fallen angels. Genesis 6:9. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was a just man, perfect in his generations. Noah walked with God. Some Bible teachers may say this verse says Noah was sinless, and that's why God chose him. But as soon as Noah and his family made it to dry ground, Noah sinned with drunkenness and lewdness. And of course, as we know, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That's why Jesus came to be the sacrifice to wipe our sins away, because all human beings have sinned and fallen short. Again, God mentioning in Genesis 6:9 the genealogy of Noah and perfect in his generations has nothing to do with sin and everything to do with his bloodline.
Mesopotamia could be synonymous with the fallen angels known as the Nephilim mentioned in the biblical book of Genesis. The Anunnaki, mythological deities from ancient Mesopotamia, play a prominent role in the Epic of Gilgamesh, a renowned poem depicting the adventures of Gilgamesh, a tyrannical king, and Enkidu, a wild man created by the Anunnaki to divert Gilgamesh from his misdeeds. The epic concludes with Enkidu's demise. There are notable parallels between the accounts of the Anunnaki and the Nephilim mentioned in religious texts. Firstly, the Anunnaki are chthonic deities, associated with the underworld, while the Nephilim are depicted as fallen angels or demons. Secondly, the Anunnaki are offspring of Anu, the sky god, and a female named Ki. Although it remains unclear whether Kai was a human or a goddess, the absence of a cult of followers suggests she may have been a human. This corresponds to the biblical narrative where the Nephilim are born from the union of the sons of God, commonly interpreted as angelic beings, and the daughters of men, Genesis 6:1-4. Thus, the Anunnaki are the product of a connection between underworld deities and a potentially human female, while the Nephilim result from the union of fallen angels and human women. Thirdly, both the Bible and the Epic of Gilgamesh feature accounts of a worldwide flood. In the epic, a man named Utnapishtim is instructed by the god Enki, or Ea, to construct a massive boat and gather his relatives and young animals within it. After 12 days, the boat lands on Mount Nisir. Utnapishtim releases a dove, then a swallow, to find dry land, and finally a raven, which does not return, indicating the safety to disembark. He subsequently sets the animals free and offers a sacrifice to the gods. This story shares similarities with the biblical tale of Noah, which follows the narrative of the Nephilim in Genesis 6:11, 8:20. Although these two stories originate from a common source, they exist independently, implying that the biblical flood account was not copied from Gilgamesh, nor was Gilgamesh derived from the biblical narrative. Instead, they represent distinct retellings of a universally recognized event in the ancient world, the Great Flood. In both narratives, supernatural beings interact with humans during the period of the cataclysmic flood. The undeniable similarities between the Anunnaki and the Nephilim warrant exploration and consideration. The shared narratives of cataclysmic floods, the divine origins of both groups, and their interactions with humanity provide thought-provoking points of connection. However, it is crucial to approach this topic with an open mind and recognize that conclusive evidence may require additional archaeological, textual, and comparative studies. The mystery surrounding the relationship between the Anunnaki and the Nephilim continues to invite exploration and speculation, inspiring ongoing research into the fascinating intersection of ancient mythologies and biblical narratives.